It's been an intriguing week at the adjacent ATP 500 tournaments in Queens and Halle, with two members of the Big Four losing at its climax on Sunday. In Germany, Roger Federer has looked far from his usual graceful, yet deadly, self-appearing cranky as he struggled through what has to be said was a rather weak field. Having labored against the likes of Benoit Paire, Ebden and Denis Kudla, the Swiss finally came unstuck in the finale against surprise package of the week, Borna Coric. Coric had won just 2 matches on grass prior to this season but took out the top 2 seeds, Federer and Alexander Zverev, on his way to a first title on his least favored surface. He was not the only Croat to get a title under his belt ahead of Wimbledon, in what's been an enjoyable sporting week for his country, as Marin Cilic defeated Novak Djokovic at Queens. Cilic, a runner-up at Wimbledon in 2017, saved a match point on his way to winning the longest final in the tournament's history and cemented his status as one of the key contenders at the All England club. Djokovic may have ended up on the wrong side of a loss, but this was by far his best tournament since returning from a long-term elbow injury. As he alluded to in his post-match press conference, his tennis is there but he remains short mentally in the biggest moments. "Well, I'm there," Djokovic said. "You know, I feel like beating Grigor Dimitrov, one of the top players, in straight sets, all straight sets till today, and as I said, you know, I had couple match points to ended up in straight sets today, as well, against Cilic, but just the match turned around. He had a great comeback. But all in all, I think that the level of my tennis has been as good as it has been the last 12 months. I wouldn't say I'm a contender for Wimbledon, you know, for a trophy or anything like that. I have to keep my expectations, you know, very low, considering my results in the last 12 months. But I'm really happy that I'm able to play this way coming up to Wimbledon. I mean, this is as big of a tournament as it gets prior to Wimbledon, and I played finals and almost won it. It's a great result, though he failed to deliver with one hand on the trophy. Djokovic will certainly be one of the most feared opponents in SW19. His movement was exquisite throughout the week, he served well and played fabulously off the ground. After securing a top 12 seeding, he will avoid meeting one of the top 4 seeds before the quarter-finals. Despite defeat, it would be foolish to rule Federer out, either. As Cilic suggested, the 36-year-old was more likely feeling the effects of back-to-back weeks of match play. "I think still he had a great 2 weeks, the Queen's champion said. Hasn't played 2 weeks in a row for a long time, especially apart the Grand Slams. So definitely a little bit different on his body, as well. But, you know, still he had a tough match today, 3-setter against Borna, who obviously had amazing week. You know, I think Roger, motivational level 1, think just slightly better and higher on Grand Slams, and you can see that throughout so many years that he's been showing the best tennis at Grand Slam levels. It's perhaps too soon to hail Coric as one of the favorites, despite his impressive performances at the Jerry Weber Open, but he will be one to avoid in the draw. Of the other usual suspects, New World No. 1 Rafael Nadal and Juan Martín del Potro have opted against playing any competitive tennis before Wimbledon, but both will no doubt be dangerous, while we will continue to learn more about Andy Murray's condition when he takes on Stan Wawrinka at Eastbourne on Monday afternoon. Former quarterfinalist Nick Kyrgios has been very impressive across 2 weeks in Stuttgart and Queens, despite earning himself a hefty fine for pleasuring a water bottle at the latter, and few will be able to stop him if he continues serving in this manner. As ever, focus over a fortnight remains an issue for him. Big servers such as Milos Raonic, Giles Muller, Sam Querrey and Feliciano Lopez have all shown flashes of why they are dangerous on this surface, though Raonic, if fit, would be the best bet of going all the way. Of the youngsters, Alexander Zverev hasn't had too much match play under his belt since struggling with injury in his exits at Roland Garros, but if he's able to get himself in good shape, he could fly under the radar, while Denis Shapovalov has the game to be a serious threat on a grass court. As Djokovic put it, though, 8-time champion Federer remains the man to beat. He concluded, "I think everyone will agree that Roger is the #1 favorite."